Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about a little idea that I've just had rattling around in my head. So if I were to right now ask you what the most powerful weapon in Minecraft was, many of you might say a netherite axe or a netherite sword, or maybe even just like an enchanted bow. But what if I were to tell you that Minecraft Steve's greatest weapon is actually his feet? Here, let me prove it to you. First of all, we need to take a look at how much weight Steve can actually carry. To do so, we need to know what the most dense block in Minecraft is. Basically, which one has the most mass per unit volume. In Minecraft, the most dense block is gold, which in real life has a density of 19,300 kilograms per meter. Each gold block can be put in a stack of 64, and 27 of those stacks can fit in a shulker box, each of which Steve can fit 36 in his inventory. In total, this means that Steve can carry 62,208 gold blocks with him and still manage to run and jump. Now, by rearranging the formula for density, which is density equals mass divided by volume, to mass equals density times volume, we can find the total mass that Steve can hold by multiplying the density of the gold by the volume of a gold block. Since each block in Minecraft is a cubic meter, Steve can hold 62,208 meters cubed of gold. Using that number times the previously mentioned density of gold, we can find that Steve can carry around 1,200,614,400 kilograms, which on Earth would be 2,646,901,666 pounds. To put this into perspective, this would be equal to carrying the weight of 667,008 African elephants, or 9,127 blue whales. Now at this point, you might be wondering how this relates to Steve's feet being a weapon, but don't worry, we're going to get there. The next thing we need to do is calculate the force that Steve applies to anything that he is standing on. To do this, I tested in-game how long it takes Steve to fall 10 blocks, which is 10 meters tall. I found this time to be 0.801 seconds. Using the kinematic equation, y equals the initial velocity times time, plus 1/2 the acceleration times time squared, and plugging in our values with the initial velocity being 0, we can solve for the acceleration of gravity in Minecraft, at least as it applies to Steve, to be 31.172 meters per second squared. On Earth, the acceleration due to gravity is 9.807 meters per second squared. This means that at all times the gravity pulling Steve down is over 3 times as strong as it would be on Earth. Using Newton's second law that states that force is equal to the mass times acceleration, we get that the force Steve exerts on the ground is 37,430,000,000 newtons, which is equal to 8,414,598,769 pounds. If you're wondering why this number is a lot bigger than the amount of pounds that I told you that he could carry earlier, that is because weight is a measure of force, which is reliant on gravity. So if Steve were on Earth, where the gravity is much weaker holding all that gold, it only amounts to the previous 2.5 billion pounds. In Minecraft, where the gravity is much stronger, he is carrying the equivalent of about 8.5 billion pounds. That number would be like carrying 1,402,433 African elephants in Earth's gravity. Anyway, let's move on. So now that we found the force that Steve applies to what he is standing on with his pockets filled with gold, we can find the pressure that he exerts with his feet. This is important because with the less area force is applied over, the greater damage it can do. That's why people are able to lay on a bed of nails, but not a single nail, because the force pulling them into the nails is spread over the combined area of all the nail tips. So to find the pressure exerted by Steve's feet on the ground, we use the formula pressure equals force divided by area. We can find the area of the bottom of Steve's feet by counting the pixels. Each foot is made up of 16 pixels for a total of 32 pixels. Since one block is 1 meter and 16 pixels in length, each pixel is 0.0625 meters in length, with an area of 0.0039 meters squared. This, multiplied by the 32 pixels making up the bottom of Steve's feet, gives us an area of 0.125 meters squared. Using the pressure formula with the force and area that we found, we can get that Steve applies a pressure of 299,400,000,000 pascals, which is equal to 43,424,299 psi. To put this into perspective, the hydraulic press used in the hydraulic press channel can exert a pressure of up to 250 bars, which is equivalent to about 3,600 psi. So just by standing on something, Steve is exerting a pressure of nearly 12,000 times that is put out by the hydraulic press. Anyway, with this amount of pressure, literally jumping or standing on anything in Minecraft would instantly crush it, whether that's a zombie, the Wither, or even the Ender Dragon. In fact, Steve would probably be falling straight through the ground with that kind of pressure. Maybe that's how Mario's been doing it all this time, just stuffing his pockets with all his gold coins and then jumping on enemies to literally crush them. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed, and sorry for the flashbacks to physics class.